we ended. Okay, so we're going to evaluate these functions at these input values here. For example, given, I'm hoping this will write today. I don't know why it doesn't write sometimes. I think it has something to do with Blackboard. All right, given this, f of x equals x squared plus 5x plus 2, how would I evaluate f of 4? Can someone explain how you do that? Either unmute yourself or in the chat.
Everybody
You can
just
plug
unmute.
in L.
All right, I'm hearing some good stuff. Alicia, I think you said something about everywhere X is or something like that.
Yes, ma'am. You gotta put in
Put
4.
that plug in 4, and Zoe said something similar. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to plug in a 4. So we have 4 squared plus 5 times 4 plus 2. So wherever there is an x, for example, we're going to plug in a 4. And that's what we did. So 4 squared is 16 plus 20 plus 2. What is the final answer?
38.
38. All right. Sounds good to me. Unless anybody disagrees, now recheck. All right. Great job. Moving on to f of negative 2. Same function. So we're going to evaluate that same function when x equals negative 2. So negative 2 squared times 5 times negative 2 plus 2 equals negative 2 squared is a positive 4. 5 times negative 2, negative 10 plus 2. What's our final answer?
And -4.
Negative 4, because 4 minus 10 is negative 6 plus 2. Yeah, sounds great to me. Negative 4. Any questions so far with those first two?
No, ma'am.
All right, moving on. We're not going to do anything differently for this letter here. So for this one, we have, instead of an x, we're going to replace the x's with what?
An M.
An m. So instead of x squared plus 5x plus 2, we're going to have m squared plus 5 what?
M.
M plus 2. Can we do anything else to that?
No.
No, because they are not like terms. All right. Even if I threw Lawson, the word Lawson, inside of that parenthesis, what do you think the answer is?
It'll be the same. You'd be stuck with a trinomial.
Just say it. Say it all. Say it all.
Lawson squared plus 5 times Lawson plus 2.
Nice. Lawson squared. And I'm making a point here. I'm trying to emphasize the point that all we're doing is replacing something with something else. Very good. Somebody else, if it was F of Alabama, what would it equal to using the same function?
Alabama squared plus 5 times Alabama plus 2.
That's it. Alabama squared plus 5 times Alabama plus 2. What about F of theta? What would it be? Somebody else. F of theta. That's a Greek word, a Greek letter. F of theta.
Theta squared plus 5 times theta plus 2.
Yep. What if it was F of delta? F of delta. Somebody else other than Kenneth and Alicia.
Delta squared
Delta
plus
squared
5 times delta plus 2.
All right. separate delta squared plus 5 times delta plus 2. This is where I wanted really to get to. F of x plus h would equal, who wants to be bold enough to tell me what that would equal? And we're not going to be done, but at least the first step. What would that equal? F of x plus h.
X plus h squared plus 5 times x plus h plus 2.
Yes. So for the first part, definitely need to put it in a parenthesis, like so, plus 5 times x plus h plus 2. Now we still have to do a little bit more work. We have to break all of this down. So f of x plus h equals, what does x plus h squared mean? What does x
You
plus
have to
h?
write it twice.
Very nice. Write it twice is a binomial. So anytime you have a binomial squared, write it twice. Write it twice. All right, so that's x plus h times x plus h. Now, I'm going to go ahead and, what do we call this when we do that and we do that? What is that called?
Distributive property.
That's what we call it, distributive property. So 5x plus 5h plus 2. And then we're going to move to the next step because we need to multiply x plus h times x plus h. Now, when we multiply a binomial times a binomial in math, what do we call that? What's our little word, our little acronym for it?
Or
FOIL. Yeah, we love to say FOIL. Let's FOIL it out. All we're doing is just multiplying or distributing. All right, so x times x, x squared, x times h is xh. H times x is another xh. Not really sure why we write x first and then h, you guys, but that's how we do it for some reason. Plus h squared plus 5x plus 5h plus 2. So I'm just rewriting the latter part. The only thing we can do here to clean this up is what?
Combine the like terms.
Combine like terms. All right, what are the like terms?
XH.
Yep, xh plus xh equals what? Somebody other than Christina. xh plus xh, what do you think that equals?
Is it x h squared?
That would be if you multiply.
Is it 2x plus 2a?
2xh.
2xh, because we already have like terms, so we're just putting the coefficient in the front. So x squared plus 2, this is 2xh's, right? Plus h squared plus 5x plus 5h plus 2. All right, so get in the habit of that because now we're about to start something called difference quotients. Difference quotients, and you're going to need to know how to do that for this concept. This is a common expression from calculus. It's called a difference quotient. It is used when introducing a concept called the derivative. All right. So if you've ever taken calculus in high school, you went over the derivative a lot. This is basically the origin of the derivative. That's why it's in pre-calculus. All right. This is the origin of the derivative. The derivative looks like this. This is the derivative formula, I guess you could call it. All right, so I would probably give you this on the test, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. I would give you this information, all right? And then I would give you what f of x equals right here. For example, I'll give you that f of x equals x squared plus 5. If you already know what f of x is, then You already know what this is, right? But you need to figure out what this is. I thought I changed the color, but I guess I didn't. We need to figure out what f of x plus h is. We need to find this. We already have f of x. We need to find f of x plus h. And we sort of just kind of went over how to do that. But we're going to do it again. All right. So given f of x equals x squared plus 5, what would be f of x plus h given f of x equals x squared plus 5? So we're evaluating that function at x plus h. Tell me what to write first. So this is the left side, right here. What would be the right side?
Would you put x
Right
squared
side
plus
would
5?
be x squared plus 5.
Okay, I heard the plus 5. Everybody got that right. What should I put first, though?
X
X
squared.
squared.
All right, one at a time. Let's go with Alicia first and see what you said.
I was saying x squared.
Not x squared. Christina, what you think?
I said x plus h squared.
X plus h squared. Good, because we're evaluating. This is what we're supposed to be replacing right here. All the x's with x plus h. So x plus h squared. We're replacing all of the x's with, right? Replacing all of the x's with x plus h. I'm gonna let that sink in for 5 seconds. Because that's really the hardest part of you figuring out difference quotients. What is f of x plus h given f of x? All you're doing is evaluating the function at that x. In this case, the x is x plus h. Whatever's in the parentheses is what you were supposed to be replacing the x's with. Just like if it was Lawson, just like if it was Alabama, just like it was Delta, just like it was Theta. So all we're doing is replacing the x's with what's in the parentheses. Do we have it yet? Christina got it, but can I get everybody else on board? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand. Put a 1 in the chat. Just type 1 in the chat if you get it. All right. It's going a little slow, but, but we get there. All right. Okay. So 12 of you maybe understand it. Okay. Okay. At least half of you understand. All right. Again, wherever there is an x, we are replacing it with what's in the parentheses. In this case, if I say, what is f of x plus h? Then it is x plus h squared plus 5, not x squared plus 5. Because the original is x squared plus 5. All right, we need to finish this out. You already told me that we got to multiply this out, write this out twice and multiply it. So we're going to write it twice. All right. At some point, you probably want to go ahead and memorize what x plus h times x plus h is, because you're going to see it a lot. All right. So again, we already did it up here. Is this part right here. So I'm going to rewrite that part. You just FOIL it out, just in case you don't memorize it, just FOIL it out. But it ends up being x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 5. All right, we are done with this piece right here in purple. I have to put it in purple. We're done with this. We're done with that. We don't need to do anything else but put everything we know in the formula. So we are already given, so in step 2, we were already given what f of x is. We just figured out what f of x plus h is. Now we're going to put it all together in step 3. That's why I got this little situation right here, so we can put it all together. What is f of x plus h? We're going to put it right here. What is f of x plus h? We just wrote the answer, and somebody just repeated to me. What is f of x plus h?
X squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 5.
Very nice. All right. And then notice in this formula, this difference quotient formula, we have a minus sign. So I'm going to put the minus sign here. That's the minus sign. And then it says, what is f of x? Okay. Can someone other than Zoe tell me what f of x equals?
X squared plus 5.
Very nice. X squared plus 5. Was that Ashley? Was that you, Ashley? Who said that?
Ma'am.
All right. Someone other than Ashley tell me, before I write down x squared plus 5, what's crucial that I put before I write down x squared plus 5? In this little formula right here. So we're right here. What should I write down? What notation, I'll give you a hint. What notation should I write first?
The minus sign.
We got the minus. What comes next? Can I just put x squared plus 5 right there without something?
Don't you got to put the parentheses?
Parentheses.
Yes. Parentheses is crucial when you have a minus. So it should be a parenthesis x squared plus 5. If you don't put that parenthesis, all your signs are going to be wrong. Because you're saying you're subtracting all of f of x. You're not subtracting just x squared, y'all. You're subtracting x squared and you're subtracting 5. All of f of x. Okay? So that's f of x. Yes, it is. But we have to subtract all of it, all of that. So you need to indicate that with a parenthesis. So subtracting all of f of x, not part of it. So a parenthesis is crucial at this step. All right. What doesn't change is this h at the bottom. That doesn't change. You're gonna see that every time. All right. So let's simplify this. We have. I'm gonna rewrite the first part because we can't do anything with that just yet. But once we get to minus, we put x squared. Because again, what is this called? What are we doing? Distributing. So it'll be minus x squared and what else?
Minus 5.
Minus 5. Yes. All right. Can we do anything at this point? Can we simplify?
Yeah, you can cancel out the negative x squared and the x squared and a negative 5 and a 5.
Very nice. If it doesn't cancel out at this stage of the difference quotients, you did something wrong. Possibly your signs are wrong. A couple things should always cancel out. All right, and then what's remaining is 2xh plus h squared. My line is a little too long there. Over h. Do y'all see anything else we can do right at this point now that we cancel?
Do you divide h's?
Yeah, sort of like dividing by, you said, what did you say?
The h's that cancel out?
Yes, I would rather you factor an h out of the numerator. But yes, same concept. If I factor out the h from the numerator here, what's left? What goes in the parentheses?
2x plus 8.
2x plus h.
Nice. Now y'all see that this h and this h would cancel, and your final answer is 2x plus h. All right. Has anyone taken calculus before? Nobody? No one? All right. I wanted you to see if you had to do the derivative of that function, you would get 2x, and as h approaches 0. But if y'all haven't heard of that, I'm not going to go to that. I'm not going to go through all that explanation. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's try one more that's a difference quotient problem, and then we'll move on to 1.5. Find the difference quotient and simplify your answer given, yeah, a new function this time, given f of x equals x squared minus x plus 1. Again, this is the formula right here. This is the formula. So we need to figure out a couple things. What is f of x plus h? It's right here. And then we plug everything else in, and then we simplify in the end. So the hardest part I try to tackle first, which is what is f of x plus h? Given that f of x equals this. Can someone tell me what to write out first? Right here on the right side. What is f of x plus h? Given that f of x equals x squared minus x plus 1.
X plus h squared.
Go ahead, bro.
X plus h squared. Somebody said that correctly. X plus h squared. What comes next? Somebody else.
Minus x plus h.
Minus x plus h. What's crucial that I put in front of x plus h?
The parentheses.
The parentheses, because we have a minus right here, x plus h, and then we have plus 1. So again, all we did was replace all of these x's with x plus h. But whenever you have a minus sign, please put a parenthesis after that minus sign, or else your signs will be wrong. All right? Can someone tell me what is x plus h squared? X plus
X
h
plus
squared.
X squared plus 2x plus h plus h squared.
All right, x squared is correct. Plus
2xh
2xh
plus h squared.
plus h squared. I'm just gonna go ahead and write it down. By now, you know you need to. If you don't have it down by memory, write it out twice and 4. All right, next we have minus what?
X.
Minus x. Very nice. Next, after minus x, what do we have?
minus h.
Minus h. Very good, because we're distributing the negative here. Then I'm going to rewrite the plus 1 here. All right, very good. We're finished with the f of x plus h part. And I didn't update your notes, you guys, but step 2, it should say f of x equals x squared minus x plus 1. I copied and pasted from the first example, and it's wrong on your notes problem. So this is the f of x we're doing on this one. All right. So let's put it all together. Someone other than Christina tell me, what is f of x plus h in this situation? We just did it.
X squared
Mm-hmm.
plus 2xh plus h squared minus x minus h plus 1.
Very nice. So all we're doing is replacing this with what it's equal to. We just found it. It's right here. All right. So I'm just going to rewrite our answer. All right. H squared minus x minus h plus 1. All right. We're following the formula. We did the f of x plus h. Now we got a minus. So I'm going to write the minus. Minus right here. That's our minus. What goes next? Someone other than Ashley and Christina. Someone other than Ashley and Christina.
X squared minus x plus 1.
X squared minus x plus 1. What's crucial to you writing that down, though?
Your parentheses.
The parenthesis.
Your parentheses. Yes, indeed, you guys. Got to put that parenthesis. Or you'll be wondering why your problem, why the next step, nothing's canceling out. All right, very nice. Again, the formula is always divided by h. That will never change. Okay. All right, so we have x squared. For the most part, I'm just rewriting the first half of this, really the first, I don't know, 2/3 of it, really. And then when I put minus here, what should I put next? Somebody other than Alicia, Christina, Ashley, Zoe, and Kenna. Somebody other than them. What's next?
Is it h squared?
We're right in here. We're right in here. What comes after minus?
Parentheses.
Is it minus x squared plus x minus 1?
Very nice. Who said that? Now, Kiri.
Marvin.
Marianne. All right, Marianne. Yep, because we are distributing. Got my highlighter going here. We are distributing this -1 through this parenthesis. So it would be minus x squared plus x minus 1 now. All the signs change. That was in the parenthesis. All right. Someone other than Alicia, Christina, Ashley, Kenneth, Marianne, and Zoe. Tell me, what should we do next?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. Thank you, Justin. Can someone else other than all the people I listed plus Justin tell me what happens when we're combining like terms?
You cancel.
Cancel
You
out the
cancel
x
some.
squared.
All right, what counts?
X
The
squared.
x squared. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is that Bear?
Yes.
All right, what counts, Bear?
X squared. Hold on.
All right, that's good. That's
Oh,
good.
that's
Let me
it.
ask somebody else. Let me ask somebody else. That's good, Bear.
1.
Maurice was saying something. What were you saying, Maurice?
I was saying the x squares, but the ones can cancel as well.
Nice. One's counsel. Can someone other than them, other than Christina, Alicia, Ashley, Sarah? Go ahead.
Wouldn't the x's cancel too?
Okay. X's counsel. Nice. All right. I think that's it, y'all. We're gonna think. So let's write it down. We got 2xh left over plus h squared minus h, I believe, over h. Let me know if I missed something. All right, I think we did good with that. All right, someone other than Christina, Alicia, Ashley, Vera, Justin, Kenneth, Zoe, Marianne, Maurice. Tell me what should happen now.
You factor out the h.
Factor out the h. Factor out the h. So we have an h here. All right. What goes in the parentheses?
The
Anybody? 2x
h plus h squared
plus h.
squared.
What else?
Minus 8.
Minus 1.
Minus 1. Minus
Okay.
1. So when I multiply this, I got to be able to get this. Can't get something else. When I multiply that h times that everything in that parenthesis, I have to get 2xh plus h squared minus h. If I get something else, those are not the factors. So that's a little tip for you on your quiz day. You can just check it by multiplying it. All right, and then our h's cancel here. Okay, still got the highlighter going. H's cancel, and our final answer for this difference quotient is 2x plus h minus 1.